cancelled Call of Duty pitch lets players become ancient Roman Spec-Ops. Players of what is now known as hit franchise Call of Duty Modern Warfare almost got to play as a soldier in yet another intense, fast-paced first-person shooting experience, and this time as a Roman legionnaire. Exclusive information on a radical take on Call of Duty mechanics was released to Games Radar in the form of Vicarious Visions Roman Wars, which was one of the original pitches presented to Activision last 2008 for its next installment in the franchise, which ultimately became Call of Duty Modern Warfare. An anonymous Vicarious Visions team member, who asked to be called Polemus, told Games Radar that their pitch for Roman Wars began as a prototype called Fireteam, which he said was a new Call of Duty but with an overhead Marvel Ultimate Alliance to camera. Polemus added that the franchise's success prompted Activision to ask studios to experiment with their ideas, the winner being the one to take on the project. The story would follow the story of a soldier in Julius Caesar's 10th Legion, one of the most feared and celebrated line of soldiers in history. The game will also feature iconic historical trends at the time, including mounts such as horses and elephants, as well as swords and shields. Roman Wars is loosely based on commentaries around the Gallic Wars, which are Julius Caesar's own accounts of the battles. Polemus said the players will be facing the Germans and Germanic tribes. In the gameplay demo, the level prototype was based on the Battle of Alesia. The player will have to ride horses, elephants, and work on catapults to accomplish the mission. A speech from Julius Caesar sends off the player character, named Titus Pullo, to take out archers. The initial level was done using Unreal Engine, which demonstrated gameplay akin to Gears of War. Polemus and his peers built the game around a third-person perspective, but also gave the option to switch to first-person for instances such as gladiator coliseum fights. The first-person perspective took elements from Condemned, Criminal Origins, and utilized a shield and sword for slashing, blocking and parrying. According to Polemus, the Battle of Alesia level could be done in 3 ways, including the option to use the catapult, climb the siege towers, or drive the war elephants, which are the tanks of the game. Polemus added that other weapon options such as bows, spears and axes were being placed in the game at the time, including an option where the player can throw sand in enemies' eyes to blind them. Gameplay was also initially conceived to give players opportunity to play as other characters, such as a grunt and even Julius Caesar. Unfortunately, despite good impressions from Activision CEO Bobby Kotick, conflicts within the studio and fears of ruining the Call of Duty brand lost the game entirely. "I was huge on Call of Duty myself, so I was like, I really want to keep it on the Call of Duty level. And they said Activision that's not going to fly with Activision. They're already looking at a different version and they don't want to oversaturate the market," Polemus explained. Despite the failure to launch Roman Wars, potential competition may have come from the Xbox One game Ryse, which is also loosely based on the Roman Empire. Polemus added that Activision may have made Roman Wars work, considering the futuristic take on recent games Ghost Recon, Advanced Warfighter and Halo.